Well, good afternoon. I'm Gwendolyn Morton, and this is Live at 5 on WBON TV9, where every local story starts here. Some of our top stories for the day: a shooting in eastern Kentucky has prompted a lockdown in multiple school districts. We've got the details, plus more drugs off the streets in Nicholasville thanks to an arrest, and an update from the legislative session in Frankfort. All that plus more news, weather, and sports. That is all coming up today here Live at 5. But first, in our WBON TV Channel 9 big story of the day. Earlier today, Wolfe County schools were placed on a hard lockdown as Kentucky State Police conducted a search for a shooting suspect. KSP confirmed that the shooting had occurred Friday morning, prompting the suspect to flee. According to Facebook posts from the Wolfe County School Board of Education, all school buildings were under lockdown with no one allowed in or out of those buildings. Authorities reported a suspect possibly driving a white Chevy pickup truck that does remain at large. Lee County schools were also placed on a soft lockdown as a precaution, while lockdowns in Breathitt and Owsley counties have now been lifted. Powell County schools implemented a perimeter lockdown. Efforts are underway to gather more details on this situation. Updates will be provided as they become available right here on WBONTV.com. Well, this Friday, a search warrant was executed by the Nicholasville Police Department's Drug Enforcement Unit on the home on Valente Stone. In Stone's home, he was found to be in possession of suspected illicit drugs, along with several firearms. He was arrested and charged with first-degree trafficking in a controlled substance, fentanyl, and firearm enhancement felon in possession of a firearm. Additionally, he was named as a defendant for an extraditable arrest warrant in Michigan and named as a defendant in 4 local arrest warrants issued for first-degree strangulation and assault. That's also a developing story out of Nicholasville there. Well, House Bill 611 was passed by the Kentucky House this week, which means children grades kindergarten to 5th grade who miss more than 15 days without an excused absence, a process would kick in. While supporters of the bill acknowledge the truancy problem isn't even spread widely across the state, Kentucky education officials have testified that chronic absenteeism is on the rise in many areas. According to the Herald Leader, in 2023, habitual truancy in Fayette County was at just over 21%. This law would try and help combat these issues. With more on the bill and more, we check in with Keith West and Charles Baglin, who join us from Frankfort.
The issue of truancy and chronic student absenteeism was taken up by the State House of Representatives in Frankfort. House Bill 611, as presented by State Representative Jared Bauman of Jefferson County, would require the Director of Pupil Personnel to file a complaint with the county attorney against a parent or guardian of students after 15 unexcused absences. Representative Bauman took to the House floor and spoke on the measure.
Mr. Speaker, school-aged children in our great Commonwealth should be in school learning with their peers during the school year, not chronically missing without excuses. And I want to be clear that House Bill 611 only impacts those with unexcused absences.
House Bill 611 also lays out provisions of student diversions for truancy. The measure passed in the House and now goes to the Senate for consideration. Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
We are familiar with the term name, image, and likeness, but a bill before a Senate committee adds voice to that list. This is a legislative update. Senate Bill 317 seeks to put protections in place for individuals who, through digitally deceptive means, see their persona used to deliver false and misleading messaging to the public. Just as name, image, and likeness property rights apply to college athletics, the unauthorized use through AI also extends to singers, celebrities, and other public figures. The measure also applies to private citizens. Deepfakes or other deceitful digital depictions can result in fines from $5,000 to $50,000 per violation. Senator Whitney Westerfield urges passage of the legislation.
We're on the very front edge of the technology and the implementations that exist. This is only going to get worse. We need to create the protection to make sure that artists whose livelihood depend on their sound, their work, their music, their artwork aren't taken advantage of.
Senate Bill 317 does not target impersonations clearly intended for personal interest or entertainment. The bill has cleared the Committee on Economic Development, Tourism, and Labor, and now moves to the full Senate. Reporting at the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Charles Baglin.
Thanks, Charles and Keith, for that update from Frankfort. Well, Richmond Police are hoping to get some help identifying this female in regards to an open investigation. Take a look at the picture up now on the screen. If you have any information about this woman, you can contact Officer Ryan with the Richmond Police Department. Again, take a look at that picture up on your screen. That is Officer Ryan with the Richmond Police Department. Well, a traffic stop in Boyle County this past Wednesday led to an arrest and a drug seizure. On the 6th, a traffic stop was conducted on Lexington Road near Chenault Bridge Road in the county. Deputies on vehicle and a minor traffic violation. During the stop, police learned that the driver, Paula Warner of Lancaster, Kentucky, had a warrant out for her arrest. After Warner was placed in police custody, a canine unit was deployed, which led to the discovery of a half an ounce of methamphetamine in a dental floss package in Warner's purse, along with cash and other pills. Warner was then charged with first-degree first offense of trafficking in a controlled substance, methamphetamine, third-degree possession of a controlled substance, prescription controlled substance not in a proper container, as well as careless driving. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Todd Nelson in with the weather. That is coming up next.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop's Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow. 'Tis the season for sickness. Protect yourself and those around you with vaccinations at the Harness Health Pharmacies, powered by Mercy Health. Mercy Health Pharmacies offer vaccines for influenza, COVID-19, pneumonia, and RSV. Most vaccines are covered by the insurance, and in case they are not, Harness Health Pharmacy also partners with the primary care clinics for patients that are required by insurance to receive their vaccines there. Stop by the Harness Health Pharmacy in Irvin, located next to the Mercy Health Irvin Primary Care.
Watch The Real McCoys weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on Heartland.
Family known as The Real McCoys.
Watch Laugh-In on Retro TV Mondays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. and Saturdays at 8.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON TV 9. Another cool, drizzly day here in the Bluegrass. We've got Todd in the Weather Center with a look at the weekend forecast.
Thanks, Gwendolyn. Yeah, we're in for a pretty wet night tonight. It looks like the rain will stick around into the first half of the day Saturday, and then temperatures will be falling a little bit with maybe even some wraparound snow showers on Saturday night. So not a great weekend coming up. Here is the view from north of town on I-75. You can see the clouds in place. Again, a little bit of light rain from earlier today, but again, it will be a pretty soggy night and maybe even some thunderstorms or at least a few rumbles of thunder pushing through. Looking at temperatures here to be falling down into the mid-50s by early Saturday. So pretty soggy through tomorrow, as I mentioned. More than an inch of total rain is expected, and then maybe some isolated snow showers on Saturday night. Not expecting any accumulation, and the sun does pop back out on Sunday. So Saturday, pretty wet, maybe a rumble of thunder there, as I mentioned, and then some wraparound rain changing to snow as temperatures fall to near the freezing mark, and then some chillier temperatures on Sunday at 47 with some sunshine. It will be breezy Saturday to Sunday, and then the winds lighten up a little bit in early next week. So watch what happens. Again, we're going to have a pretty decent corridor of precipitation developing to the south and west, and this will be with us through at least the first half of the day Saturday. A few claps of thunder with some of that rain, and eventually seeing most of the precipitation out of here by Saturday night, but then early Saturday morning, or at least Saturday night, early Sunday morning, we see a few light snow showers developing. Total precipitation values could be exceeding an inch in many locations, so definitely very wet here over the next 24 hours or so. We're going to wake up to the mid-50s tomorrow, a few claps of thunder, and again, not a whole lot of warming there, but temperatures will fall into Sunday down to 47, and next week, Gwendolyn, is looking a little bit better, at least to start. Tuesday, we're up to 60, and then watching some additional rain and thunder chances late next week.
Thanks, Todd. And for weather all the time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out our Facebook page and WBONTV.com. Well, a Versailles man has been sentenced to 15 years in prison after he showed up at the University of Kentucky Chandler Hospital with firearms and explosives, prompting a lockdown. According to the release from the United States Attorney's Office, Eastern District of Kentucky, 46-year-old Brian Carroll was sentenced for being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm and for carrying an explosive device during the commission of a felony offense. The release stated that on March the 25th, police were alerted that Carroll, who had an inactive felony warrant at the time, was headed to the UK hospital. Law enforcement met Carroll at the hospital and during the search of his car found 8 firearms, including a sawed-off shotgun, 4 explosive devices, and 1 improvised explosive bomb. The office said that during the interview, Carroll admitted to having firearms on him and acknowledged the other firearms and fireworks that were found in his car. Carroll also admitted to making explosives with metal cans that contained nails in them, and also added that he had more destructive devices at his home along with a large amount of explosive materials. A search warrant was obtained for his home, where law enforcement located 2 more firearms and 6 improvised explosive bombs. Carroll admitted to being in possession of firearms and explosives that he was prohibited from having based on a 2015 conviction for complicity to traffic a controlled substance in the first degree. Well, 2 people have been charged with planting skimming devices on ATMs in Lexington. Police were contacted on Thursday about a suspected vehicle involved in a fraudulent ATM transaction at the Kroger on Euclid Avenue. 27-year-old Vitus Kraus and 45-year-old Florin Danbalin were both arrested after police say they observed the 2 trying to manipulate an ATM. Through investigation, police were able to connect Kraus and Ballin to skimming devices that were located at 4 additional Krogers in Lexington. The ATMs were located at Kroger's of Heartland Parkway, Richmond Road, Tate's Creek, and Leestown Road. Cross and Ballin are facing charges of criminal possession of a forged instrument, possession of a forgery device, trafficking in financial information, and false making or embossing of a credit card. Detectives are asking anyone who may have used these ATMs to check their accounts and report any suspicious activity. Well, a man is now dead after being shot in the early morning hours of Friday near the 2400 block of Rockaway Place. Lexington police are investigating the incident after arriving on the scene around 3:30 this morning. Police say the victim was found shot before being rushed to the hospital where he later died from his injuries. The Fayette County Coroner's Office has not released a name at this time, but police are asking anyone with information to call 859-258-3600. This is an ongoing investigation. Well, Campbellsville police arrested a person in connection with a murder that occurred back in November of 2022. According to police, 38-year-old Julian Underwood was arrested after a 16-month investigation. Police responded to a call near Lincoln Avenue about a deceased male. Upon arrival, they found 69-year-old Tommy Piles. The body was taken to the Kentucky Medical Examiner's office for an autopsy, which revealed he had died from multiple stab wounds. This is an ongoing investigation, and further details will be provided as they become available. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've got another big weekend of basketball, and we've got Dawson in the sports studio. He's going to tell us all about all the sports going on all over the area this coming weekend.
The Kentucky Music Hall of Fame is home of legends and rising stars. See the best of the bluegrass as they showcase their musical talent on Live at the Hall. Each month's show will feature performances and interviews with new and exciting Kentucky musicians. Watch Live at the Hall Sunday nights from 6 to 6:30 on WBON Channel 9.1 and streaming on WBON Roku, Facebook, and YouTube channels. Check your local cable provider for listings. Live at the Hall is brought to you by Rockcastle Tourism, Team Kentucky, Marcellus Farm to Fork, and Lone Star Farm and Home.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
How do you protect your family during a disaster? Have a plan of action for tornadoes, floods, earthquakes, and for an incident at the Bluegrass Army Depot. Know what you will do and how you will contact each other. Having a plan helps to keep you calm and not panic. Visit EstleCountyEMA.com to get started today. Plan today for a safer tomorrow.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Micah Watkins, Samantha Burford, and Dawson Rule as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 on WBON Channel 9 and on Y92.5, V99.3, and CBS Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by the Richmond Raceway, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop Small Engine Repair.
Hi, I'm John Leeds, owner-operator of Leeds Fine Jewelry. I've been doing repair work for over 3 decades. Not only do we carry a large supply of Kentucky agate, we also have several lines of natural gemstones. We carry everything from small diamond earrings to large 3.5 carat studs. We have pearl necklaces and pearl earrings. We carry a large supply of gold hoops. 108 East Main Street in downtown Richmond, Kentucky. We're nationally known, we're locally owned.
Transparency is what separates Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration apart from the rest. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and are here to serve all over Central Kentucky. Their team of experts will help you break down the cost of a new roof or repair and help you make the most informed decision possible. From wind and hail, fire and smoke damage, residential or commercial, Kentucky Roofs and Restoration can do it all. Like them on Facebook to learn more or call 859-200-5065.
Welcome back to Live at 5. Ending this week for local sports, Dawson Rule is in the studio talking Madison Central's girls' loss, softball, baseball, and Madison Southern's boys' big region tournament game tomorrow. Here's Dawson.
Heading into the weekend, basketball is hanging on by a thread in Madison County, as after last night only one team remains. Madison Southern's boys will be playing for their season tomorrow as they face their biggest test all year long. Number 1 Great Crossing will be their opponent, and last time the two teams played, it was a 30-piece in favor of the Warhawks. With so much at stake, though, I expect it to be a closer game. But still, Madison Southern has had an amazing season, and will need a big upset to keep their magic alive. Tip-off is going to be at Dunbar High School at 4 o'clock tomorrow, and the game will be on one of our radio stations for coverage of the hometown Eagles. As for last night, Madison Central's girls team was in the 11th region semifinals, and they faced a massive test against rival Frederick Douglass. While the Lady Indians kept it very close in the first half, the second half the game got away from the team, and Douglass hit a flurry of threes to eventually win 66-40. The Broncos will face Franklin County in the 11th Region Girls Championship, while Madison Central's season will come to an end. The team finished with a record of 19-12 in a tough schedule year, and they won a district title. Now tomorrow also begins the Women's ASUN basketball tournament. EKU will have to be road warriors to advance and try and win. They begin their journey in the tournament tomorrow at Lipscomb. Lipscomb came to Richmond and beat the Colonels last week in the final regular season game of the year, 71-68. With a loss, the EKU women's season would likely come to an end, barring any invitation to a postseason tournament. Moving on to baseball, the EKU Colonels are currently underway in a 3-game series against Wright State this weekend, with first pitch of today's game happening earlier at 2 o'clock. The Colonels' weekend battle with Wright State will conclude Sunday, as EKU will then get ready to travel to Knoxville to face the Tennessee Volunteers on Tuesday of next week. If you're more of a softball fan, don't worry, because the Colonels have you there too. This weekend, EKU will host Central Connecticut for 2 doubleheaders, one on Saturday and one on Sunday. Sunday's doubleheader will be Kids Day, and Saturday's doubleheader will feature EKU blanket giveaways. This team is 14-4, and they score lots of runs, so these are going to be some games you won't want to miss. Kentucky's baseball team is hosting Kennesaw State this weekend in a 3-game series where the Cats will need to defend home field in order to keep their recent top 25 status going. Kentucky last defeated Eastern and Richmond 5-2 after being no hit for 7 innings. The Wildcats' bats got hot, and the comeback was on, and were able to hold off Eastern's rally. The first game against Kennesaw is currently underway. That's going to wrap up what has been a terrific week of local sports. We had region basketball tournaments, baseball, and guess what? Next week, high school softball and baseball. They'll begin in the county, so be ready for news on their seasons coming soon. This is Dawson Rule with Madison County's sports coverage.
And at the half, EKU leads state 21-7.
I love the way these look.
Thanks.
Yeah, go Colonels.
Is it here? Hey, Coach. It's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with a new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
Has anyone seen Coach?
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
For years, Richmond residents have been searching for a heating and air company that can do it all. That search is now over. Don't let the name fool you. Fayette Heating and Air serves all over Central Kentucky for both commercial and residential customers. With Fayette Heating and Air, they promise that no matter the issue, no matter the time, you can expect award-winning heating repairs the first time, every time. Visit FayetteHeating.com to learn about special financing and how to sign up for the Comfy Club. With Fayette Heating and Air, complete home solutions.
If it won't go down,
call Mr. Rooter, the best in town.
what do I do now?
Call Mr. Rooter, the best plumber in town. Mr. Rooter is Central Kentucky's affordable and reliable plumber. Right now, get any drain in your home clean for only $89. Call 859-253-CLOG. That's 859-253-CLOG. So if you've got a problem that won't go down, call Mr. Rooter. He's the best plumber in town. He'll clean any drain in your home for only $89.
Now I know who to call.
Call Mr. Rooter.
Bye-bye, Poopy.
Well, another work week has come and gone, and now it's time to get out and enjoy the weekend. If you don't know where to start, well, WBON TV's Samantha Burford is here with another Weekender report to help kickstart your weekend.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Weekender Report for the weekend of March 8th through the 10th. I'm Samantha Burford, and let's get this weekend started. Join the EKU Division of Natural Areas for a woodcock walk on Saturday, March 9th. See the exciting mating flights of the elusive woodcock. Learn about the biology of these strange birds. This is a free event and open to all ages. Enjoy this event on Saturday night from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. in Richmond at the Taylor Fork Ecological Area. On Saturday, there's a workshop that's perfect for those who are curious about crystals, or you have been working with crystals, but you don't know how to use them to their fullest potential. This all happens on Saturday at 4 p.m. at Sapphire Rising in Berea, Kentucky. You will learn how to choose a crystal, the shapes and their meanings, and crystal hygiene. For tickets, check out their Facebook page. Did you recently get engaged? Maybe Christmas or Valentine's Day? Then you'll want to attend the Something to Talk About Bridal Show. It's on Sunday, March the 10th at Boone Tavern and Foley's Florist in Berea. They are presenting the bridal event and expo from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You'll explore regional vendors and venues and everything you need to create the wedding or event of your dreams. Completely free of charge at historic Boone Tavern Hotel. Starting on Monday, March 11th and through the 15th, you can be on the leprechaun lookout. There are 10 blarneys hidden in the parks in Berea, Kentucky. You can watch the Berea Parks and Recreation Facebook page for the clues to find each one of the 10 hidden blarneys. Every leprechaun has a secret word to share. Write down the 10 secret words and bring them to the Berea Parks office to claim your pot of gold. Thank you for watching this March 8th edition of the Weekender Report. Hope you found an event you're interested in to enjoy with your family and your community. Make sure to tell your friends to watch the Weekender Report every weekend on WBON TV. And remember to keep sending in those events. Thank you for watching. I'm Samantha Burford.
Thanks, Samantha, for that update for the weekend. Looks like lots of great things going on. Well, we do have some traffic information to pass on to you. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has just notified us that a section of Kentucky 52, that's Tipton Ridge Road, that is the same section we told you about yesterday from mile point 12.3 to 14.3. That was closed yesterday afternoon about 4 o'clock. That is now open to through traffic. The said segment of the roadway was closed due to high potential of rock slide. That has now passed, but once again, that roadway is now open for travel. Also, You ready for the weekend? Are you ready for summer? Well, Paradise Cove is ready for you. They now have their season passes on sale. Let's see, Paradise Cove will be open Memorial Day through Labor Day, and you can purchase season passes by going to the office at 345 Lancaster Avenue. They also have a link on their website if you would like to purchase one of those season passes. I am ready for the week, or ready for summer myself. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget, we got basketball action over the weekend, and of course, we'll all be right back here with you live at 5 on Monday.